So y'all are basically saying, here's needles, shoot up. I don't know what this is about, but what the F we're trying to stop people from using, they are promoting it. I don't understand. Let's be real. Not everybody wants to stop using. And recovery is any positive change. So if a person goes from shooting up every day and they go every single day and they go from shooting up on the weekends, that's a positive change right there. If a person goes from shooting and then they go from, just smoking it, that's a positive change right there. It's baby steps. And a lot of people out there, they're shown tough love. They're not shown compassion at all. And harm reduction is meeting people where they're at. And I know for a fact this shit works. You know how I know? I used to do the same thing for my mother. Everybody used to tell me I was enabling her. Well, when she was ready for help, she reached out to me. You know who she didn't reach out to? The family who gave her the tough love and didn't help her. She reached out to me, the one who was there for her, the one who gave her money, the one who gave her safe using supplies and Narcan. It's so much more than just keeping these people safe. It's building a connection with these people so they feel compassion and they feel loved and they feel better about themselves, so they want to change, so they want to get help. And let's be real, a lot of us at the worst of our addiction would have gladly accepted some free, clean supplies from some cool people. I know I would have, because I was digging through needle buckets. So if you would have taken some supplies, you have no right to be judging these people that are still out there struggling for taking supplies, for keeping themselves safe, because that's what you're doing. You're judging them for staying safe. From experience, I know you are at a low point when you are reusing busted up, broken needles, sharpening needles. But when you are at that point, you are so broken that you feel like literally, oh well, you feel like you don't really deserve more than that. So, but when people are going out their way to make sure you're safe, it shows you love and it shows you compassion. And it's so much more than that. People cannot recover if they're riddled with infection. I know from experience. I had endocarditis from my main heart valve. I was hospitalized for 8 months. They refused to treat me for withdrawal. I tried to go through withdrawal because I was scared straight from my infection. And guess what? I couldn't do it. Just from having break off that lodged off my heart into my lungs, bacteria that grew in my heart, broke off, lodged into my lungs. I could barely breathe in and out. And when you have the dope withdrawals, you sneeze like crazy. And when you can barely breathe, sneezing is like, I would let out blood curdling. I couldn't even scream because it hurt so fucking bad. It was horrible. And yeah, I resorted to using the entire time I was in the hospital. But guess what? As soon as I got out, I got into a program and I got help. But I wish they would have shown me some compassion and treated me for withdrawal. They didn't want to do that. Not to mention, had there been harm reduction, I wouldn't have been reusing dirty needles. I wouldn't have gotten endocarditis. I wouldn't have been picking through needle buckets. If it wasn't for, if harm reduction was around, my fiance might still be alive today. He passed away from complications of his endocarditis. Okay? Fact of the matter is, not everybody is ready. It's about keeping people safe until they are ready, because people cannot recover if they're dead. They can't recover if they are riddled with infection. And a lot of people asking about the smoking kids. The smoking kids, lung infections are very real, guys, and having your lungs drained is a very real thing, and it's a very painful thing. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Not to mention all the shit they put in the dope. Giving these people supplies is literally giving them the bare minimum to stay safe. Also, a lot of these people that we hand supplies out to are houseless. And when you are houseless, it is very hard to stay clean as it is. So giving them the supplies is the bare minimum to keep them safe. People aren't going to trust us to help them right away. But keeping them safe until they are ready for rehab or they are ready for help is a real thing. I mean, we can't help them if they go and they OD or if they go and they get an infection. But we can help them if we keep them safe until they're ready, if that makes sense. I used to think like this too, until I got sick of all my people dying. Now I'm doing something about it. Shouldn't be shame around this, because we shouldn't be shaming people who want to be safe for using. If they're going to use, then we should want them to be safe about it. Also, not to mention, by doing this, it helps with the spread of infection, which helps the population as a whole, not just addicts. So much more than keeping them safe. It's building relationships until they feel comfortable enough and loved enough to reach out for that help. I understand it looks wild, but it really does help. A lot more than tough love ever has. And I've seen it with my own eyes. So many people I used to pass out supplies to that now hit me up for supplies and they pass out and they're sober now. So it works. The proof is in the pudding. Sorry you feel that way, but hopefully you change your mind. I don't know. If you don't, that's fine too. But either way, we're going to keep doing it.